Christmas. I'm bringing you guys along today on a massive Christmas decorating marathon. I did this last year and the people have spoken. Y'all loved it. So I'm deciding to do it again. If you guys are getting in that Christmas spirit, I'm trying to release this like right at the very beginning of when everybody's decorating. The purpose of this video is to just put it on and let it run. Let it run while you're going up and down the stairs, while you're grabbing bins, you know, put it on the TV. I want this video to be an inspiration to you guys for the Christmas season. So today I'm gonna show you guys a Christmas thrift haul. We're gonna do some decorating around our house. We're gonna go shopping at like Target and Hobby Lobby and all those good places, just see what they have in store. We're gonna do a little bit of Christmas crafting, some decorating, baking, all of that good stuff. So buckle up, get out those bins, and join me on today's video. Let's get this place looking good for Christmas. And also, if you guys are not familiar with me, my name is Kristen Hoffman. I live in a 125-year-old old farmhouse out in the country. I'm a wife and a mom of 4 girls, and I love thrifting, homemaking, and intentional living. So thank you so much for being here. Let's get started. Okay, so I want to say a big thank you to Mint and Lily for sponsoring today's video. If you guys are not familiar with them, they are a jewelry brand. They have like all kinds of personalized jewelry that you can make, and I'll show you a little example of their website over here. These pieces are so easy to personalize. They've got all kinds of things for birthstones. You can have one birthstone or multiple birthstones depending on how many kids you have, or one for you and your husband, all that kind of stuff. My favorite personalized piece that I have is this one. It has all 4 flowers. So I have a rose on here for Rosie, a lily of the valley for our Lily, and then I also have a March flower and a May flower for Ruby and Ivy. I was so excited to get a necklace that represents all 4 of my girls. The other pieces on my body are also very personal. So a lot of these pieces are actually based on my great grandmother's ring right here that my grandma gave me before she passed away. This was her mother's. It has an opal and 3 diamonds on it. When I went on to their website, I was looking specifically for blue opals and diamond colored things. I also am just a blue and white girly through and through. I love how the blue opal brings out the blue in my eyes. You guys can see here that I got this blue opal ring to complement the blue opal in here, and then I just got a little cute midi ring and a thumb ring. I haven't worn a thumb ring in forever, but I've wanted a thumb ring and a midi ring for the longest time. I just got these with the little baby diamonds in them. And then on my left hand with my wedding ring, I just wanted something really simple. So I just got this one with these little diamonds in it. And then lastly, I picked out these pretty little blue opal earrings. I've got some that have multiple stones in it, and then this one just has like a flat opal. But I love all of these pieces, and I highly encourage you guys to look on the website. There are so many cute things. These pieces really do make amazing gifts. They're gold plated so they won't tarnish. They're hypoallergenic. It's also so sweet and so personal. There's a lifetime guarantee for these pieces, plus there's fast shipping and they ship globally. Anyway, everybody, let's go ahead and get started on our Christmas content. Let's go. Well, hello YouTube family, and welcome back to my living room. Y'all, today we are going to have the first little bit of Christmas content for this year. Oh, I've got a baby sleeping right here. I'm gonna be honest with you. Our house is a complete disaster. What you're seeing right here is a total facade. Let me show you what the rest of our house looks like. Here we go, looking so good. I have been catching up on laundry. We literally just got back from California and our house is a complete disaster. But thanks to cropping out, y'all don't have to see that in my video. Okay, so, oh no, the baby's waking up. She might have to be part of this video with me, we'll see. So today is going to be my Thriftmas video. I'm going to show you guys all of the pieces that I have collected over this past year that have anything to do with Christmas. And in honor of Thriftmas, I'm pretty sure that this is the sweater that I wore in my very first YouTube video ever. Maybe, was it this? If it wasn't this, this might have been right after. This is Josh's sweatshirt that he's had for like most of our marriage, and I stole it a few years back and I don't regret it at all. It's one of my very favorites. In addition to going over some thrifted items with you, I actually wanted to show you some new purchase items that I got as well. I found some really great deals on some stuff online, and I feel like it really goes with the aesthetic of our home. And so I wanted to share those with you too. You know, I'm not a gatekeeper over here. Just buy whatever I'm buying, do it in your own home. I would be honored. Since the baby's waking up, I'm gonna try to get through this as quickly as I can before she starts getting mad at me. Okay, people, let's get started. Okay, so I do need to admit that I have slowed down on the thrifting, and I know that some of y'all are not okay with this. And I don't know what to tell you. I started this channel as a thrifting channel, and y'all, it literally gives me so much life to be thrifting, but I just do not have endless space in my room, nor do I have any special thrift stores. You know, I can't just like magically walk in and make like the perfect decor show up at a thrift store. I, just like you, go into a thrift store and I typically just see mostly garbage, and every once in a while I'll find like a little gem or something like that. But it's not all the time, and this year I actually had pretty poor luck, which is why I decided to go with a few other new items. But I'm gonna show you what I found at least, okay? I also have to say that I've been really particular about what style I bring into my house. I'm really trying to go as early American as possible, and that's not always readily available in the thrift stores either. Okay, so first I'm gonna show you guys this little mug that I found. You can see that it is a Currier and Ives little mug. I actually did test this for lead because I was a little bit nervous. It's very old. It says winter in the country, the old grist mill. I have no idea how old this is. Unfortunately, it does have a little crack in it. Oh no, baby might have to join us for the thrift haul. But it's a little Currier and Ives scene. I just thought it was really cute. This actually was sold as a, what do you call it? Like a brush, like a shaving mug. And it came with a little brush that was with it as well. But I decided to forego the brush because I don't need it to shave. And I'm just gonna keep the mug. Okay, Pumpkin, you wanna join Mama? You wanna join Mama?
Hi, kitty girl.
Okay, look who's awake. You say hi?
Hi. This is my baby sister, name is Lily.
Yeah. So we had to take a break to change a diaper, do all the things, but we're back. You want to help me finish my video?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, people, this is real life means that we're recording with all the kids home. Why don't you come stand right next to me and you can help me, okay? Is that good? You see yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. All right, so moving on with our thrifted stuff.
Also, we are at our house, not out California.
We're not at California anymore, that's right. Okay, so next I found this cute little apron at, I think it was at Goodwill, right? Darn it, I was somewhere. Why can I not remember? Okay, so I did find this at the thrift store. It was $1. And you guys can see it is this cute little apron. I think the only thing that I'm not like 100% positive about is the stark white. I think the older that I'm getting, or the further into my design that I'm getting, the more I kind of prefer like an off-white or a tan mixed with red. You guys know that I'm not a huge red fan in the first place, but if I do bring it in, I kind of like it to be paired with tan a little bit better than white. But it was only $1, and so I figured I would bring it in this year. If I don't wind up wearing it, then, you know, we can always donate it back. But y'all know that I love gingham. Next, from the Goodwill, I wound up finding
the little horsey.
the little horsey. Isn't that so cute? It's a little brass horse. And I found this for $3.99.
Yeah, like I'm 3.
She's 3. Obviously, she's 3. Anyway, I just thought it was so pretty, and it's heavy, and I feel like rocking horses always remind me of Christmas time. So I figured we would put this out this Christmas. Here, we'll set it here for now. Oh my gosh, y'all. This candle. Antique Candle Company just sent us this new one. It's called Home for the Holidays by Madison Vining. And Josh opened this up yesterday and he was like, babe, this might be my all-time favorite candle from Antique Candle Company. It literally smells so good. Our whole entire house smells like Christmas right now. And we basically have been burning it literally since he opened it last night. So I'm setting this here just to set the mood. I'll put my link to these in the description below. You guys know that we love these candles. Okay, so don't be mad at me for not having more thrifted pieces. I think that this is all that I was able to collect over this past year for Christmas themed stuff. But honestly, like, I know that it's so tempting to be like, huge Christmas haul, huge this, huge that. But in reality, you know, we can only keep so much stuff in our house before we become like overrun by decorations. And last year I really loved that simplified feel as opposed to 2 years ago of like just trying to throw out everything all the time. And so this year I'm really not trying to push out so much Christmas stuff and really just keep things easy on the eyes and easy on myself, honestly, for decorating. By the way, how'd you guys like that big Christmas video that I put out a couple weeks ago of all of our stuff? Now y'all know why I was so exhausted last year. I was so tired. Doing Christmas videos was extremely hard on me because my first trimester of pregnancy, it's always the worst. It's always the worst, but we got you, she said as she like has drool and boogers coming out of her face. So I'm gonna move on to some items that I bought like from regular stores and online. Just because I want to show you some of this cool stuff that I was able to find. Stuff that looks antique but is not actually antique. I'm gonna start off with these bells. So you guys have probably seen these in a lot of Christmas decor lately. I have some brass bells that I use to decorate our home, but a lot of them are looking a little bit more like mid-century or like 70s than what I'm going for. I found these online and I just thought that they were so pretty. You guys can see that they're like huge, especially this big one is like enormous. They have these wooden little, what do you call these, dingers in the bottom. I'm thinking that I'm going to hang these from our fireplace, maybe opposite of our stockings. But anyway, I just wanted to show them to you. They were not bad. I think it was like just over $20 for these. I will say that I went a little bit crazy. There was that Prime Day in like late September, early October, and I ordered these things when they were like on major discount. So keep your eye out for these products. I'll link them all below, and I bet you that they're going to be on sale in November because that's when everybody's doing their Christmas shopping. So keep in mind that all of the items that I bought are purchased online, but that does not necessarily mean that these are all new items. Actually, a lot of these are antiques that I bought online. But I'm going to get through the Amazon stuff first because that stuff you guys can purchase yourselves if you'd like to. I did buy this pack of 3 hand towels. I loved how like primitive they looked. First is this little kind of like a gingham print, and then there's this really pretty ticking stripe. This one's probably my favorite. I think I actually have one that looks very similar to this one already. And then there's this really pretty like buffalo check style as well. So I am excited to hang these around my kitchen for Christmas time. You know, I don't know what's wrong with me. Every year I'm like, we're taking out red. We're taking out red. Can't stand red. I don't like red. And then I just can't help myself. I always buy red for Christmas time. What am I doing? What's your mama doing? She's so crazy. She's so crazy. I picked up this little table runner. So again, it's red. I actually got this in Walnut, Iowa when I was hosting the YouTube retreat with all of the other YouTubers at my house here. If you guys haven't seen that video, I will also link it here. But we went to this place in Walnut, Iowa that has 20 antique stores all within one little small town. And it was crazy. I actually don't believe that this is antique. This is just a new item that was sold to go really well with antiques. And you guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I bought new. But I just loved the quality of it, and it really looks like something that would be made during that time. It has like almost like a grain sack material. Super pretty. I'm planning on using this on our kitchen table. I bought the extra long one. The short ones were 15 and the long one was 20. So it wasn't like the cheapest thing in the world, but I think it'll look really nice at Christmas time. All right, and next I bought this. Whew, I'm about to drop it. It is this brown velvet ribbon. I have seen people do such beautiful things with brown integrated into their Christmas decorations. And I think that in the past, I've always just gotten stuck on like green, white, and red. And in the last few years, I've loved integrating like browns and even like oranges, you know, like actual oranges and the color orange into Christmas decorating. Just kind of having like a softer flow, because I feel like sometimes green, red, and white, it's so alarming. But to have these like silvers and golds and browns and oranges and like really like earthy tones, kind of like bringing it all together, makes your decorations look so much more natural and cohesive. And so I actually bought this in a thick version. I think that this is the 1 inch. And I don't know what happened. I had another one around here that's like a little skinny one. So I'm gonna see how I can integrate this into my Christmas decorating this year. I feel like it's gonna make a really big impact. Okay, so this is gonna be a weird addition, but I told you guys that I got that new bedding from Quince, and a lot of times bedding comes in bags like these, and you know, you can just choose to toss them. But I got this in this green buffalo check, and I also got it in kind of like a sagey green that we got for our sheets. And I'm gonna use these to wrap Christmas gifts. So I figured that's, you know, just an easy way to get something under the tree and not have to wrap it. And I thought that this was so cute for Christmas time. So you know what, we're gonna make use of these things. This is made out of this really pretty gingham linen, and so listen, we're not gonna waste. That's like the thing that I hate the most is waste. Whew, I think your sister might have pooped. Ooh, she did poop. She pooped right on my lap. Ew.
Lily.
Ew.
Yeah,
You pooping?
Oh my.
Oh, she pooped on me. Oh, you puked too. Oh, y'all. This is my current state of YouTube, is filming videos and getting pooped on and having my 3-year-old come up and show you guys the crust on her nose. I'm gonna go change my pants. I'll be right back. This is also the season that I'm in. I can't find jeans that even button because, you know, postpartum. So I'm wearing unbuttoned jeans and we're gonna finish this video. Okay, so I showed y'all this, I don't even know what I was filming, what I wasn't filming before. I showed you guys this pretty Killam stocking, and I decided to buy these. They had all kinds of like really cool like patterned vintage Persian quilt type ones, but I opted, because I'm so boring, to just get pretty simple ones. So I got this one that's like just this like nice simple tan color. I got another one. They're all different. These are all made from different rugs, so you guys can see that there is a color and weave difference, but I like this one with just a couple little stripes on it. And then I also got 2 more. So we only do stockings for our girls, because if we had them for everybody in our house, it would just get wild. So you guys can see, I actually love the texture of this white one. And then we have another one that has 3 brown stripes, but you guys can see that even the brown striped ones are from different rugs. They're just different textures, different everything. So I decided to get these for our fireplace because I'm so extra. I think the thing that I struggle with these stores is that these are so cheap. Like, they're so cheap. I have a hard time saying no. And then also it's like, if you get so many, then you get free shipping, and everything winds up being extra cheap. Okay, she's not okay with me leaving her in the other room. I'm gonna go grab the baby again. Okay. Here's the baby. Here's the baby. Okay, back to just us two. Next, I want to show you a couple of like little pillow covers that I got. Again, I'm not a huge fan of red, but I found a couple nice ones that are more of this like maroon color. I got this one that is a 12 by 12, and I bought a couple of 12 by 12 pillows off of Amazon. They weren't too expensive. I think it was like $13. I think they were like $13 for 2 of them or something. But I loved the details on this one, and I bought it to match this one, which is obviously different. It's a different weave and doesn't have the details in it. But I loved that this one was just like a big flat like maroon brown color. So I think that this is gonna be really pretty integrated with our Christmas decorations. I'm doing my best to do brown and not red. In addition, I did buy this one just to get a little bit of pattern in with our pillows that we have. It doesn't scream Christmas, but I thought that it was still kind of like a pretty pattern. Like I said, these are so cheap that I don't feel bad buying them just to test them. I mean, they're only like, this might have been like $3. And so I'm like, you know what? I'll try it out. If I really don't love it, then I can always just, you know, sell it at our next garage sale. And lastly, I bought a couple of these super basic ones. Again, these are the 12 by 12s, and these have those little pillow inserts that I bought in them. I got this one with the little stripes, and then this one said it was a 12 by 12, but I'm pretty sure it's probably a 13 or 14 by 13 or 14. So I'm not 100% sure, but you guys can see that it's not just like a flat color. There's like stripes and all kinds of stuff that is woven into these that make them, it gives them that interest, you know, so that it's just not so plain. Anyway, one of these is probably going to be switched out with the red color for Christmas time, but I wanted to get 2 plain ones just for like daily use, you know, throughout the entire year. So anyway, I will link the stores where I bought these on Etsy below as well. If you guys are interested in getting some Killam pillows and stockings for yourself, there are like endless options and so many good ones on there. Well, hello YouTube family and welcome back to my kitchen. Y'all, today is the day. Today we are going to be doing our Christmas decorating. Let me tell you the truth. This is a huge job for me. 1 second. Okay, somebody was fussing in the other room. Okay, can we all agree that there is nothing cuter than a baby with bear ears on? It's just the cutest thing. Nobody will contest that, okay? You're the cutest thing ever. Something that I'm really struggling with is feeling like our house is always messy and trying to get our house to the point where I feel comfortable with decorating, but it never gets to that point. It's like shoveling in a snowstorm, and I either have the choice to decorate on top of mess from my family, or I can clean until the mess is cleaned up, and then by that time I have no time to decorate. So that is the conundrum that I have been dealing with this past week. So I think I've got the place to a point where I can get my stuff put out and it's not just like so overwhelming that y'all don't even want to hang out with me. You about ready to get started? Let's go. I might do a little bit of voiceover work on this video because I want to listen to Christmas music while I do this, and it's not always easy to do while I'm filming a video. Okay, I'm also interested in what is your favorite Christmas album? We all have Christmas songs that we love, but is there like a certain album that just reminds you of your childhood or is like a favorite of yours now? I will say when I was a kid, my very favorite album was the Hanson Christmas album. Loved it. I still love it. Our kids listen to it. It's my favorite. My mom loved the Amy Grant, like not Heart in Motion, but what was her Christmas album? We listened to that one all the time. My dad loved Mannheim Steamroller. They are actually from Omaha, so it was kind of like, we were pretty proud of that. For me now, I love listening to forever. My favorite will be Sufjan Stevens. I know I talk about him all the time. He's my favorite artist of all time and has been since like 2008. But he had a Christmas album that came out in 2006. It's so folksy and earthy and perfect. And then he also had an album that came out the first year that Josh and I were together in 2012. And it's called Silver and Gold. And the first disc of that album has some of my favorite Christmas music I've ever heard. So love that. I love Mad City. I love Boris Frank. I love the Hillsong album, the Born as the King from 2012. So good. Let's all agree that the best Christmas music is worship Christmas music. My favorite Christmas songs are O Holy Night and O Come All Ye Faithful, and I want to hear what yours are as well, so let me know. Okay, so all of our fall decor has been taken down. You guys, I'm not gonna lie, fall is my favorite season of the year, and I always get so sad taking down all of this stuff. I just love the colors. It's so beautiful, but it's gotta go. Okay, and I just pulled out all of our Christmas decorations that are going to be happening here in the kitchen. Honestly, is it weird that I love like a flat lay of everything that we're going to be doing, as well as our, crumbs from breakfast? Oh, I'm so excited to put these all up. And don't mind the baby, she'll probably just be hanging on me the whole time. I should wear you. What am I doing? What am I doing? All right, guys, and I'm getting started by putting my brand new towel on the stove. Y'all, I have no regrets of buying these on Amazon, if you guys saw in my haul video earlier. And then I'm coming over to our coffee area and putting on my Santa mugs. I have been on the lookout for some like stoneware Santa mugs, but I cannot seem to find any. And I'm also a little bit nervous about vintage ones, just with having like lead or anything in them. And then over here, I have this old crock that came from my grandpa's shed. And then in it, I'm putting this beautiful cedar plant that I got from Hobby Lobby. And y'all, I went back and I now have 5 of these. You guys can see here that I have these brass sleigh bells. I found these at the Goodwill outlet, I think last year or maybe the year before. And I still cannot believe that I found all of those. They were maybe just a couple dollars for all of them. And they are so beautiful with awesome patina. And I kind of liked the play on eggs in the basket replaced with bells in the basket. And over here, you guys can see that I'm putting this swag on the door. I got this from Walmart last year and I was really impressed with the quality. And here's my apron that I got in my recent thrift haul. So many of you guys have suggested doing tea staining to it. So you guys are going to get your request. And I think that I'm going to be doing that in one of my upcoming videos, giving it a shot. We will see how it turns out. And here are these new thrifted vintage Currier and Ives plates, proudly displayed. The ones that I have always had up here in the past, I'm now going to be displaying in our hutch, but I just thought that these looked a little bit nicer with our current decor. And then I also did this last year. I always buy a bag of cranberries. You can see me spilling them all over the place. And just trying to decorate with as many natural elements as possible. And then I love my little season's greetings cups. I have this set of tall skinny ones, and I also have a set of short fat ones. Okay, so I actually bought these little guys from Hobby Lobby. I told you all that I was obsessed with that cedar tree that I found, so I actually went back. I bought a few of these. I think that these were like $3.99 a piece or something like that, so not too pricey, and I have just been putting these all over my house. I'm gonna put them just anywhere that I feel like it needs a little bit of green, a little bit of fluff, a little bit of like festiveness. You will see I love these little guys. These were from Hobby Lobby, by the way. And then I went back and I got a few more of these little cedar sprigs, but y'all, you know how it is. It's like the minute that you like something at Hobby Lobby, they are out. And so I am learning that I need to just buy what I actually think I need off the bat and then return things instead of just buying things and then hoping for the best that they will be in stock next time that I go out and try to find it. So I did a different kind of greenery here last year, but listen, there's a cedar theme going on this year. And so I really liked these picks. These were $2 a piece at Hobby Lobby. And I am planning on getting some little sparkly Christmas lights to put in here as well. Okay, and here is this new table runner that I got from Walnut. Ruby, you want to help me put it on?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to hold that end?
Can I have an apple?
Of course you can. And Ruby's very favorite thing, apples. And then I'm going to use this wreath that I had on our pantry last year. And I'm actually going to use it underneath my bowl this year. I felt like that kind of created a nice, almost like kind of charger for underneath the bowl to make our table festive. Okay, and I want to share with you guys something that is new, something that I kind of went all out with. I told you guys that I went to Hobby Lobby this year looking for the cedar garland that I have gotten there before, and I've gone back multiple times at this point because I really wanted it, and every single time I didn't even see a hook for it. I decided to do a little bit of research and find some really nice cedar garlands. And y'all, I kind of went all out. I know that this goes against what a lot of people say to like build your collection over the years, but honestly, I feel like I've had such a mismatched collection because I was unwilling to just kind of like go for it. Well, this year I really wanted our home to have like a little women feel and to have cedar garlands on each entryway. I just really wanted it to feel very earthy and grainy, I guess. Greeny. So I decided to invest in some really high quality cedar garlands. So these are from a company called Finerly. I will link them below, but they are beautiful. I was so excited when I received these and opened up the package because they are exactly what I'm going for. I know that Norfolk pine is like the jam this year, but I feel like cedar is a little bit more classic, maybe kind of like an antique look. Not that the Norfolk pine isn't like gorgeous, but this is just kind of what I decided to go with for our home because, as y'all have seen from years past, it's just what I gravitate to. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna hang these to frame the entryway to our kitchen to just kind of give it that finishing touch. Okay, so I used these 5-pound command hooks. I have done all of the instructions to a T. I literally held them for what seemed like forever. I've waited over an hour before I'm deciding to put anything on them, and I am praying that these things do not come crashing down in the middle of the night. But I'm just gonna hook it on here with a loop, and then I'm just gonna hook it over here on the main stem, and I'm gonna try to cover it up with some of these branches. The nice thing about these two is that each one of the little branches has a wire in it, so you can form it to look exactly like you want. Let's do the other side. Okay, so because this looks terrible, I have these bows that I've used before on our stairway. So I'm gonna use these to try to cover up this kind of bare area right here. I honestly wanted to use that brown ribbon that I bought off of Amazon, but I didn't think that it was gonna be full enough to kind of hide that little patch right there. And then I got these little berries from Hobby Lobby this year, and I'm just gonna tuck these in just in a couple little places. I don't want too many of them. A lot of people just put tons of stuff in their garland. Listen, I don't have the time or the resources for all that. And there you have it. I feel like this is the cutest little entry into our kitchen. Okay, and I know that this isn't technically our kitchen, but y'all know that we have this tiny bathroom. It's actually our main bathroom that is essentially in our kitchen. So we're gonna go ahead, add a little bit of Christmas to this area as well. Also, I wanna tell you guys about these little candles that I found, gosh, I don't know, a few months back. But big thank you to Lisa from Farmhouse on Boone for shouting me out for these. When she came over, she asked me for the link for them, and I will put it below here too. But I like these because they are short. Usually when you buy these LED lights, they come in like these tall versions, which we have a lot of those as well. But I liked these short ones because they look a little bit more realistic. you know, if you were to light candles in your home, they wouldn't always be tall, they would be varying heights. And so you will see that we have these in varying heights throughout our house. So I just thought they're cute. You can set these to a timer and everything. Anyway, I thought that these looked really cute in this bathroom. I like to have it going in here just because there is no window in this room, unfortunately. And it just kind of gives it like a rustic, primitive look in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and light the low light because Lord knows I hate me some overhead lighting. So we're gonna go ahead, let it be nice and moody and cozy in here and add a few Christmas touches. You guys have seen before, this is the tiniest room. Like I can absolutely touch both of these walls and I can almost touch both of these walls. So not a whole lot of decorating to do, but we'll do what we can. So if you guys are looking to hang a wreath on like a small little door like this, I like to hang a wreath on our little bathroom cabinet here. If you're looking for like a makeshift little baby wreath holder, what I do is I just take a little bit of, what's this called, like floral wire, and I just bent it in half and then hooked it over, and then I hook it on the underside of my wreath, and then I take the top and I fold it over. And then, listen, you can hang a wreath on anything and you don't need command strips, anything like that. So this has been a great solution for us here. And I never feel like I know how to decorate this area. It always feels a little bit cluttery to me, but this is such a small bathroom and so we need to use every inch that we have. So these are all filled with random bathroom essentials. I'm just gonna throw a pick in this. Listen, y'all don't know the power of a pick. I don't really have any Christmas decorations to put in here that I feel like would be good. Oh gosh, is this gonna make it bad? Look, I took the glass out of this so that I can't break it again. And then I just brought in a couple of books. My thought was like, do books really go in a bathroom? And at first my thought was no, but then I remembered that some people do their best reading in the bathroom. So I just grabbed a couple of kind of like muted red tones in here, and then I have this little Christmas pyramid that I'm going to put up here. The thing that's good about this is that I actually have the heaters turned off because they're so loud in this bathroom, but when the heaters turn on, the heat actually does the spinning of the pyramid for me so that I don't have to have the candles. Plus I can't seem to find candles that even fit in this, so oh gosh, just call me Uncle Eddie. Anyway, it'll give it a good spin whenever the heater turns on. And lastly, on our sink, I'm just gonna put some of this winter pine soap. I got this from Home Goods. I'm not really sure who makes it. And then a sweet subscriber sent me this little vintage Santa cup last year. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this here because the girls are in love with it and they cannot wait to brush their teeth with it. I've been reading The Practice of the Presence of God by Brother Lawrence. Lawrence said, "Don't grow tired of doing little things for the love of God. God doesn't care so much about the size of the work, but instead the love with which it is performed." He said that we shouldn't be surprised if, in the beginning, we often fail to carry out these little things. If we keep going, however, we will develop a habit of love which will naturally produce more of itself. When Brother Lawrence went to work in the kitchen cooking meals for the monastery, when he began his work each day, he put his trust in God, saying to him, "God, you are with me. And now that I have to apply my mind to this work you called me to, I ask that you grant me the grace to continue in your presence. For this reason, I ask that you give me your help, receive all of my works, and possess all of my love." And as he went about his work, he continued his usual conversation with his maker, imploring God's grace and offering to him all of his actions. Okay, so the tree is up. I've got some fluffing and stuff to do, but listen, we're done. That's all the energy that I have today. I don't even know if I have enough to fluff this. The girls don't care, Josh doesn't care. They're gonna come home and be excited. And then I'm actually gonna have them help me decorate it at another time because I want to give them like my full attention and be able to make it like a really fun and memorable experience for them. And right now I am exhausted, and so I am just gonna call it a day. One thing I did want to say about this Christmas tree, and I can link it below, is again, it's like all crumpled right now because I haven't like fluffed it or anything. But what I love about this tree is that it's like a realistic looking tree, but it has the incandescent lights in it, which Y'all, I'm telling you, I know that, you know, the majority of you are gonna be so upset with me for even mentioning it, but they just look so much better. You can see on film, they look beautiful and warm. It's not like a fake warm, it's like an actual warm. And I love that about these. So anyway, I'm so excited to start decorating. You guys can see all the stuff on the stairs that still needs to get put away. But y'all, I don't know how other creators make it look so easier, because it takes so much work for me to keep this house rolling, you know, with the meals that are made and all the laundry that needs to be done and the endless dust. And it's not even toys that are all over the place. It's just like, maybe it's me. I think I might be the problem here, but it's just stuff like this that winds up all over the place. Anyway, I'm excited to get this stuff up where it belongs, get all the fall stuff down. I love this time of year. I cannot wait to make these decorating videos. These are so much fun. Well, hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Say hi to Lily. You wanna say hey, Pumpkin? Say hi. Hi. So I'm actually really excited about today's video because Mama gets a day off, kind of. I guess I am filming, but basically Josh has offered to take the big sissies today and give me a day to myself-ish. It's an ish. I've got to like get some groceries and run a couple of errands, but I'm gonna be doing it by myself-ish. It's gonna be almost by myself. It's gonna be with Lily. But I can't tell you the last time that I've even gotten to do something like this, to be able to walk around a store without a million kids hanging on me. I honestly hardly even get to the store these days. Josh does a lot of our grocery shopping just because, y'all, it's a season. We've got so much going on and sometimes it's just easier for him to go. Anyway, I'm excited because we are gonna get to go out, look at the stores, see if there's any cute little Christmas decorations. I love looking at the stores this time of year. I'm not sure how much I'm gonna buy because I'm trying to be better about not buying things all the time. So we're gonna hit the stores, we're gonna see what's out there, and then we're gonna come back and we'll show you guys what we find. All right, and what would a trip to Target be without a visit to the dollar spot? I didn't really see a whole lot here today. I did think that these rollers were really cute, especially these green ones. I thought these towels were all right too, but I don't know if it's just because it was kind of early, but they really did not have great options for Christmas. I came over here to this, like, what's it called, like the Wonder Shop area, and I saw some cute ones. We usually let the girls each year come over here and pick out one of their favorite ornaments. I'm just gonna say, if it's aesthetic enough, I'll let them put it on the main tree, and if it's not my favorite, then I let them put it on a special tree that they have upstairs in the playroom. So listen, people, either way, the girls get to pick out any ornament they want and they get to hang it up and see it all season long. So don't come at me for not putting the ugly ornaments on our tree. But they had some other cute ones in here too. The light that we have on top of our tree right now, I like that it lights up, but it's still not my very favorite. So I will say that I am still on the lookout for one that I like better, but I'm not going to just buy one of these brand new just because I like them. I'm probably gonna wait till and see if I can find something that's on sale, or something from the thrift store would honestly be the best option. Over here they had this whole $5 section. It looked kind of impressive from far away, but once you got up close, the quality was really bad. I thought that this little town was super cute too, and of course I had to take a trip over to the hearth and hand area. I loved this star that was in the very front, and then I had to come over and take a look at their stems. And y'all, they're beautiful, they're gorgeous, they're expensive. What else can you expect from hearth and hand? I thought that these trees were really cute with the little pots on them. I like these hand towels too, although I didn't know if they necessarily screamed Christmas. Plus, I love the hand towels that we just got off of Amazon. I thought this wreath was really pretty too, and I honestly didn't think that $34 was like the worst price for a nice big wreath like this. And of course, all of their pillows are just absolutely dreamy. I think my favorite one was this green plaid. It was such nice quality, but it makes me sad that none of their pillows have feather inserts. They're all just, you know, whatever that fake stuff is on the inside. And then they had these really cool thick stockings. Y'all, I love these. I love a good cable knit. I kind of went from least to most favorite. I loved the ones with this red on this side, although you guys know I'm just not a red person. I also thought that these mugs were really cute. I loved this postcard one, and then there's these little Christmas tree ones. I'm pretty particular about the type of mugs I like to bring into our house. And then over here, I can't remember what section this was in, but these pillows were just absolutely beautiful. I don't know if you guys saw that first one that I showed, but that was probably my favorite one out of all of these. I really like these kind of like cranberry red plaid ones too. And then I headed over to Hobby Lobby, and y'all, my man, Robert Stanley, I'm telling you, his stuff is just better than anything else in Hobby Lobby. Look at that ticking stripe. That's exactly what I want, if only it didn't have that dumb Merry Christmas thing on it. I did have this oven mitt in my cart for a while. I really liked it, but to tell you the truth, the red was just a little bit too bright for my liking. So although I carried it with me for a while, I did wind up putting it back. I thought that these little, oh gosh, what are these called? Why can I not think of what they're called? Chargers. I thought that these chargers were really cool. Wouldn't that look so pretty underneath, like some nice gold plates or something like that? Again, I was checking out all of the Robert Stanley plaid stuff. They had everything, all the way down to this is a shower curtain, which honestly, like for 12 bucks, it's not bad. Then I came over and looked at the Christmas ornaments. I did like this Santa, but you guys, I get a little bit sassy about ornaments because I'm just not a sparkle gal. However, again, Robert Stanley wins again. Look at these ornaments over here. These were so gorgeous. I loved this like kind of like antique glass look. And when I picked these up, they were so heavy. I legitimately considered getting some. However, they were like, even at half off, they were like $5 or $6 a piece. And so in order to get enough to really cover our tree, I was gonna have to spend roughly an arm and a leg. And so I was just not willing to do that this Christmas. Plus, I have to admit, I have not pulled out my Christmas decorations for this year yet. And so I don't love shopping too early because then I feel like, oh my gosh, why did I get this? Why did I get that? Only to find out that I have more than enough at home. So I think I just have that like American, I could never have enough mentality that I'm working on. I loved these pillows. I have always looked for something like that. I don't know if they would quite go with my style these days, but I love the high quality of them. There was a cute, almost kind of like primitive section over here. You guys can see just the quality of everything is really earthy. I really liked these, especially these little wooden owls. And then I thought that this was a really pretty garland with the cinnamon and cranberries and pine cones. I also loved these little vintage brass bell looking things. I mean, they weren't real, obviously, but they were cool. They kind of look like the ones that I just got off of Amazon that I like a lot, that I'm planning on hanging with our garland. And these big wooden beads were so beautiful, but even at half off, they were pretty expensive. So I have some wooden beads. They don't look anything near as beautiful as that, but I'll probably just wind up using what I got. I thought that these little Christmas trees were so cute, and I loved the little baskets that they came in, and the price wasn't too bad either, even for these little ones. I mean, these are $4.99, so these were only $2.50 a piece. And then down here, I found this gorgeous cedar tree. Look at that. Doesn't that look so realistic? I loved it. It's funny because the one in the front looked so good, and the one behind it looked so janky. I came over here to where the ribbons are. I am always looking for like a red ticking stripe ribbon. I don't know why that's like so hard to find. For some reason, they did not have anything like it here. And I'm thinking if Hobby Lobby doesn't have it, then who does? Then I came over to the picks area. I'm trying to be better about like doing cute little picks and whatnot in my tree to give it a little bit more dimension. And I liked these pine cones here. They had these cute little antlers, and then I found these beautiful cedar stems that I really liked. I thought that these little burgundy berries were really pretty too. There were these like almost like kind of see-through, what do you call this type? I thought that these could look really neat as well on our tree. I was kind of debating between these and the burgundy ones. And then there was these beautiful like wrought iron candle holders. They were gorgeous, but they were definitely priced, you know, accordingly. They were way out of my budget. Plus, you know, I probably don't need them. Okay, and we're back. Lily is laying down in the other room. We'll see how long she lets me do this. You know she doesn't like me working. Listen, it's too much. It's too much. Okay, so I want to show you guys the few items that I picked up today. I tried to be really good. Let me say that. So if y'all get mad and you're like, that's not that much stuff, you should be proud of me, okay? Be proud that I'm not just wasting my money, wasting my day, wasting my time, and filling up all of our space with too many items. First, I want to get started with one of my favorite items that I found. It is this Hearth and Hand cup. It was $6.99, so not bad. Honestly, for a cup, that's like pretty good. You guys know, y'all know I have a cup mug addiction, okay? But this falls within my criteria if I can defend myself. They either have to be really, really cool, and preferably they should be handmade. And if they're not handmade, then they should be made of earthenware. Well, y'all, this is not handmade. Let's be honest, it's Hearth and Hand. But they do such a great job at creating like classic looks in their pieces. Also, whatever transfer that they used is actually baked into the glaze, and that makes a difference too. You can always see when pieces have just something that is like transferred right on top of it. But this one, I don't know how to describe it, but like the lines are a little bit muddied, and you can tell that it is not just a stamp that's on top of it, that it's actually in the real fiber being of this mug. Anyway, I thought it was cute. It has a little red rim on it. I'm not a huge blue Christmas person, not that I can be swayed. I liked it. I feel like, you know what? It fits what we're going for here. So we're just gonna roll with it. I know it's new, don't hate me. From Target, the only other thing that I got there was actually this little ornament. I already have, I think I've got 5 of these. I think I started out with 6 and then one of them broke. And so I originally had 3, but these were $3 a piece. And which isn't like terrible for an ornament, but if I were to get 3, that would be $9, and then $9 plus the, you know, $6 cup plus the pacifiers that I was buying, like all the other stuff that I need. This stuff adds up so quickly. And so I'm not trying to be a maximalist here, and I just decided, let's just get 1, make it an even 6. I feel like 6 is kind of my number for how I decorate in my Christmas tree. It's like having like kind of groups of 3, or I don't know. It just felt like a good number. Okay, and that's all I got from Target because I'm just, you know, I'm really trying to be good, people. I'm making a whole video of new items. That already makes me feel a little bit guilty because I'm such a thrifter, but hopefully you will see the reasoning why I bought these items. Next, I went into Walmart. I truthfully didn't even really film in Walmart because I didn't even go into the Christmas section. I was running errands and doing groceries and stuff today. And so while I was on my voyage over to the cosmetics department, I saw these. And let me tell you a strong feeling that I have. Something that I hate with every fiber of my being is LED lights. And I know that I'm going to offend at least half of you with that statement because listen, everybody and their mom has LED lights all over everything right now. Baby's getting a little bit mad. Hold your thought. Hi. Do you want to come sit with Mama? Oh my goodness, this baby. This baby. Okay, you want to help me with my video? Here we are again, Kristen and Lily doing another haul video. Please, I beg you, buy incandescent lights. I know that they are, you know, maybe not as energy efficient. I know that they're not as energy efficient, but the glow of incandescent lights is just completely different than the glow of an LED light. I saw somebody on Instagram talking about a Christmas tree that was lit up with colored LED lights, and she said it looked like 2 Star Wars characters like fighting each other. And that's how I feel about LED lights. They're so harsh on the eyes. Honestly, I don't feel like there's any such thing as a warm glow that comes from even warm LED lights. If you notice, I'm gonna ruin everybody's Christmas home tours for you, but you'll notice in videos that if you have LED lights on your tree, they look green. On video, they look like Grinch green. And now that you know that, when you look at them, even in real life, they kind of look Grinch green. I'm telling you, I'm not making this up. incandescent lights are the way to go. But I heard somewhere that companies are going to start slowly removing these from their shelves and going only LED. And so because I'm, you know, a holiday prepper, I decided to buy 3 boxes of 100 mini light strands, just, you know, to make myself feel safe. I'm not a real life prepper, just a Christmas prepper. Okay, moving on to Hobby Lobby. Y'all, this is where I kind of hit the jackpot. I love that place. I think we all do. It's funny because a lot of people tell me, they're like, oh my gosh, your house, it looks so this or that. It doesn't look like Hobby Lobby. And I'm like, well, should I take that as a compliment? Because I love Hobby Lobby. Let me start off with a couple of smaller pieces and then I'll get to my favorite one at the end. All right, so I finally, after years, bought a little stable for my Nativity set that we have. You guys saw that we have this little, just solid white one. We had it on our TV stand last year. I'm not sure if that's where I'm gonna put it this year. I told you guys that I don't love to look back in years past to inspire my decorating because I feel like it holds me back and it makes me just want to do the same thing every year. So I'm excited to find a little place for this. This was $9.99 at 50% off, so it was $5, so I didn't think that that was too bad. The reason why I actually went into Hobby Lobby was because I wanted to find another cedar garland like the ones that I have on our stairs each year. I bought that from Hobby Lobby 2 years ago and it looks just like this and it's beautiful. Unfortunately, I went in and it's like early, y'all. I was surprised that they already were sold out of it, I guess. I'm a little bit bummed because I was hoping to get it for our mantle to match, but I can't find it. So anyway, I did wind up finding these little picks. At first I was thinking about putting them like in a vase or something, but you guys can see that they're very flat. I think that I'm actually going to use these more to like go in like under pieces or just kind of be like little accents within our decor around the house. So I told you guys I was getting 6 of everything. I got 6 of these. These were $3.99 at 50% off. So they were like $2 a piece, not bad. Okay, so speaking of picks, I have a couple others. Each year I always wish that we had a little bit more pine cones. Lily is like grabbing at these things. She wants them so bad. You want that so bad? Anyway, so I did get 6 of these. I thought that they were cute. These were $1.49 a piece. So they were only 75 cents after 50% off. And I figured that this would give a little bit more of a natural element to our Christmas tree. You guys know that I really love decorating with natural elements in our home. So we're bringing it back to the earth, even earthier than before. A couple years ago, when I was looking to decorate our cedar garland that we usually hang on the stairs right here, I was looking for some like little red berries to put in it. I bought them and it's not that they look bad, but they're really bright red. And I know that we've discussed the whole red thing like multiple times on this channel, right? Not my favorite. I wound up finding literally the exact same stems. I didn't realize that they made them in like this kind of like a burgundy red color too. So I'm not sure if I'm just going to use these in our, I don't know where I'm gonna use these. Honestly, in my mind, I was thinking that I would use them on our Christmas tree, just kind of like throughout. But now I'm wondering, oh, should I put them in the garland? But I feel like if I put them in this garland, then I need to put them in that garland. In that case, I'll need definitely more than just 6 of them. But these were also, oh, these were $1.99 a piece. So they wound up just being $1 a piece. And I thought that was a pretty good deal. Okay, a couple of practical things that I picked up. I always like getting these hooks. We lose ours every year and these are so easy. I liked that they had them in gold this year because I usually only find them in silver and I thought the gold was really pretty. And these were $1.99, so they wound up being just $1. I also wound up picking up some 3-pound utility hooks from Command. These were $14.99, so they're always so expensive. Y'all, somebody reach out to Command and ask them why. Why is this junky piece of plastic $7 is my question. Ugh, I think because they know that we're willing to spend it, so then they just like jack up the prices. I always need these. I always forget to buy them, and then I wind up having to run out to Dollar General every time I film a YouTube video, so trying to think ahead this time. And maybe my favorite item that I wound up buying on this trip was actually this little cedar Christmas tree. Y'all, look at that. It has this cute kind of like metal base. So this was $32.99. So y'all, I don't know if I spent a better $16.50 in my life. This thing is beautiful. It looks so realistic. I'm floored. I honestly, like, this is kind of where I go with buying new things sometimes. I rarely buy new things that I like very much. And so when I find something, I'm like, we need to buy 10. Like, I legitimately am considering going back on another day, seeing if I can find that cedar garland that they were out of and possibly pick up another one of these, because is that not great? It is so beautiful. I was seriously so impressed. So if you guys want to go to Hobby Lobby, get this, you know, 16 bucks ain't bad. All right, everybody. Well, that's actually all that I have as far as like new things that I bought. I hope you guys are impressed by the finds that I found and also proud of me for being reserved and not just going wild during Christmas time. I want you to know that the items that I bought off Amazon in last week's video, those were in my cart for like, some of them were in there for years. And I really try to be very intentional with how we spend our dollars. I always think about the parable of the talents and how I don't want to take whatever the Lord has blessed me with and just hide it, you know, or just waste it, squander it. I want to use my dollars to create a beautiful home and practice hospitality, have our friends and family over, and just show everybody the love of Jesus. Hello, YouTube family. Today, we've got to get this house finished. I'm telling you. Okay, first of all, don't come at me because it is not even Thanksgiving in my real world, okay? So I'm not that late getting all of my stuff decorated, but it just seems like it's taking an eternity, so sorry about that for you viewers. Today, I'm gonna take you into our dining room, the living room, bedroom, all that good stuff. Just really bring in all of those fun, festive holiday touches. I know I've mentioned this before in the past, but I actually take a break come mid-December through mid-January where I don't make any content. I'll go into that a little bit more in a later video, but basically I am so excited to get everything up, make this place look super beautiful and cozy, and then we're gonna invite everyone and their mom over here because I know that y'all get to see my hard work, but I need people to actually walk in this place and experience it. I mean, what is all of this if there's no actual real hospitality happening here? So let's not waste any time and let's get started. So here we are in the bedroom. I'm gonna go ahead and get started in here and keep it very simple. I am more concerned about the sight lines into this room just because it's literally right off of our living room. When you walk into it, the first thing you see is the living room, and then right behind it is our bedroom. And so I just want to give it a little bit of Christmas flair, but let's be honest, we have a hard enough time keeping our clothes off the floor and laundry baskets from accumulating in here. I don't need like a ton of like other little things in here as well. Okay, people, well, I put this up off camera because I was so not sure about how it was going to turn out. But what I did different this year is that I actually used fishing line as opposed to twine this year. And I feel like it looks better. It's definitely not as noticeable. Before I would put little bows on each side to try to cover up the twine, but I like it better this way so that the only bow that I have is going to be in the center. This again is that really nice faux cedar that I got from that company called Finerly. So beautiful. So I have this, and then I'm going to cut some of this brown ribbon to hang from the middle. Y'all, you know what I hate about velvet ribbons is that the backside is always a completely different color. Like, how hard is it to create a ribbon that has velvet on both sides? I don't know. So we're gonna go ahead and just cut a nice long piece and hang it from the middle. Okay, I'm just kind of guessing. The thing about these is that it's always better to go long than to go short. You know what I realized that I never discussed as well is our bedding. So we ordered from Quince, gosh, I don't even know, a couple months ago, this green and white gingham bedding. I had it on there for a while, and the funny thing is that that deep green is my favorite color, but y'all, I don't know what it was. There was something about it that was just slightly too contrasty. You know what I mean? Like, it's always good to have some contrast. I don't know. I think it was too busy with our Persian rug in here and everything else. It just seemed like a lot. And so I actually asked Quince if I could return it and exchange it for this kind of tan version. And oh my word, I like it so much more. Y'all know that I'm a gingham girl, and so I just think it's so cute. I know I had that cranberry bedding last year and I will probably use it again, but for now, I'm just loving the muted tones of this one, just kind of like pulled back. Okay, but let's put Santa on this bed. Okay, so I'm not really much of a Santa person, but I got this at the Goodwill bins a couple years ago, and I think it's so cute with this cross stitch. The red is not an obnoxious red. It's my jam, but I was trying to figure out a good place to put him this year. I don't necessarily want it to be like screaming Santa in our house, and so I think I'm just gonna put it here because he's visible, but not like front row center. So we'll put him here, and I actually have another little Santa that Josh bought me a few years back. This is like a really special like family heirloom type piece. Have I ever showed you guys this? It's called like the Traveler, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember. But he comes with all of this stuff, and he's a smoker. So you can see that his like little mustache is all burned because you put incense in here. I was burning some the other day, but I don't know if it went all the way. Gosh, am I gonna make a mess? Oh gosh, oh gosh. Why am I doing this on camera? Oh no, it didn't go. Anyway, you put this incense in there and it burns and the smoke comes out of his nose or out of his mouth. Okay, so one of the weird things about Christmas decorating is plants, like house plants. We have this huge pothos that was from my grandma. We typically have this in our living room, but for some reason, like the I don't know, tropicalness of this, it just seems odd with all of our Christmas decorations. And so I'm gonna bring it into this bedroom instead, and I'm actually gonna put it with all of its tendrils off towards the wall. Anyway, I'm not looking to have this like not seen at all, but I just don't want it in the main Christmas area. I wish that I had some like what do you call these, like stems, like little Christmas cedar stems or something for this, but I don't. So we're just gonna put a Santa on it and call it Christmas. This is another one of those little taper candles that I was talking about. This is the little shorty, and then I actually have some sconces for these tall ones over here. Okay, so this is what the tall version looks like. Again, I'll link these below. And then I found these really pretty kind of like a primitive style, really simple sconce to go on the wall. I have this antique bedroom set with this vanity and everything, and I just felt like it needed something to go on either side of it, and I thought that these would be perfect for that. It's good, right? I just thought that these were so pretty and went perfectly with our home decor. And they're great for Christmas. Hey, Pumpkin, you hanging out by the fire? She loves to sit here, and I put it on like a low warm set, and it just keeps you nice and snuggly, doesn't it? So I wanted to show this. I got the second garland up. Okay, so if I didn't explain it earlier, this is from this brand called Finerly. I just feel like it looks so beautiful, and I got this hung up here, and I got this hung up just like I did above our kitchen. I think it looks so pretty framing the other garland back here. Also, I want to mention that these are like the demi garlands, like so they're like half the density of the full ones, but I still think that they look really pretty. I got the half because I didn't want them to be so heavy on the 5-pound command hooks that I have. Okay, the timer's going off. Let's see how these guys are doing. Okay, let me just say that these smell amazing. Gotta be careful with that baby. Nothing like a stuck oven rack. Let's bounce them out. There we go. Excuse you. My goodness. Ugh. There we go. Here these are looking so beautiful, and oh my goodness, I cannot even describe how they smell right now. Okay, now I'm gonna turn down the heat a little bit, and we're gonna put in these croissants. Okay, so while those are cooking, let's move over into the living room.
Hey! Hello! What did you do? Did you roll over? Good job! Good job! You did it!
Oh my word. Y'all, look how big these got. My goodness. Oh my gosh, they are like, it's like picking up little clouds. These are so good. Y'all, look how big these are. It's like as big as my head. Okay, y'all, so a little while ago, I put on these 3-pound command hooks. My goal is to do like an asymmetrical look on this fireplace. Okay, so unpopular opinion, I at times just prefer a greenery garland without any lights on it, to be honest with you. Like, this is so beautiful. Okay, so by the way, when I was talking about that fine early garland, this is the full puffiness. What do you call it? Full density, baby. Let me show you. Look at her over here, she's just watching me. Okay, so you can see here the difference in like how substantial this one is. So I got the really substantial one for the mantle because I just thought that that would be where you want to have, you know, the oomph. But I think I am gonna put some twinkle lights on this. I like to have a little bit of sparkle in every room. At night, I'm going to be sad if I don't have any lights in here. So let's go ahead, we'll put some in. Okay, so I told you I bought these 100 pack of incandescent lights. Emphasis on the incandescent. And this is where these are gonna come in handy. Okay, so I'm gonna try to wire these underneath. Does that make sense? Like, I'm gonna try to keep them within the cedar things so that they sparkle from the inside and not on the outside. Maybe I just need to put them on and then pull out the little branches because I feel like trying to do this all at the same time is a lot. Okay, so I'm trying to show you how I'm doing this. So everything starts out looking like this, like wrapped on the outside of the garland. And then I am coming through and like right here to cover that up, I'm just pulling these out and just trying to cover up any of the cord, only leaving the little lights to be shown. Okay, and after a year and a half of pulling through little tiny branches, we got the lights on. It's holding, praise the Lord. I actually have some bells to hang on over here. These are those Indian bells that I told you guys about in my Amazon haul from a couple weeks ago. You can see how beautiful they are. And I just tied them all together with a piece of fishing line. So we're gonna go ahead and hang these here. And then I'm gonna use this same hook and hook this on over here too. I think I might even do some of that ribbon hanging down over these as well. Okay, I think it looks cute, right? All right, moving on. Okay, and I have our little thrifted hooks from last year. I can't remember how much I got these for, but they were from the Goodwill, and I was doing a little bit more silver integrated. You know, we don't really do silver and gold. We do more like pewter and brass over here. Okay, and then I'm gonna bring in these stockings that I got off of Etsy. I can link these below again too, but they're made of Killam rugs, which is so cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and hang them, and then I noticed that they were pretty flat. And so because I don't know what to do with my ones from the last few years, I might actually stuff these in there to make them look a little bit more substantial, or like they have something in them. Does that make sense? Just so they're not like completely flat hanging on the wall. Cute? Not bad? Not bad? And here's my new little ironstone pitcher. I feel like it just fits here perfectly to replace that old one I used to have. And then here's another one of those little Hobby Lobby cedar pick things that I love so much. I love that you can just drop these down into these. Poorly insulated. So I just put like a little, you know, bow on a wreath. You guys, I can see my breath right now. And I brought in a little gingham red blanket for in here. Actually, I think it might be a tablecloth. And then I just brought in these like red and white pillows for the couch. So, you know, Meg, Joe, and then
Beth.
Ivy is Beth, and Lily is Grandma's name.
Amy.
Okay, so you ready? Okay. All right, well, okay, so what are your little women names?
Meg. Beth. Rena.
That's like almost start over. Okay, so what are your little, take your hand out of your mouth. Okay, so what are your little, make sure you guys are all in
Wait,
there.
what's my name again?
Joe.
Okay.
What are your little women names?
Meg. Joe. Beth. Amy.
No, you guys have to say, you have to say my name is,
Okay.
my name is Meg, my name is Joe, okay? Joe, what are your little women names?
My name is Meg. My name is Joe. Ivy's name is Beth. And Lily's name is Amy.
Amy? We just watched it a couple nights ago. Do you guys want to help me with my home tour this year? Do you want to help, like, bring our friends through our house?
Who's coming over?
These are our YouTube friends. Do you want to help?
Who?
Do you want to help bring them through our house on the camera? Okay. As a family of 6, we have, I've mentioned it on here a few times that we've just had so many things happening lately. I've mentioned lately that we just have a lot going on lately, and this is a great place for you to be able to see like all of our lists of to-dos and our things going on in our calendar to keep us all in alignment, to make sure that Josh and I always know what's going on with each other and the girls as well. Okay, so one of my favorite things that I have purchased this year is this little stable for the Nativity. We have 3 nativities around our house, I believe, and I just love to bring as much attention as I can to the story of the birth of Jesus as possible. Not that I mind Santa, but I just try to keep things more centered around Jesus than centered around presents and all that kind of stuff. I also try to reuse our decorations as much as possible, and I really loved the thrifted nativity that we had, the all white one, and so I'm trying to just create a better little environment for it. I'm using these little trees yet again. I'm using them almost to kind of create an environment around the stable. Let me bring in a couple of books over here just to kind of make this balanced. And then this is the star that I bought from Target. And just like my other star broke, the girls broke this before we were ever able to get it onto the tree. They broke off the little part that holds the string. And so instead I thought it'd be kind of cute to just put it on top of the stable, just to be like the star that led the shepherds to the stable that night. And then we'll bring in all of the Bible characters. I like to put the little lamb right in front of Jesus because seems appropriate. And there you have it, the Nativity. Okay, Okay, friends, I have my little wreaths to go on our hutch, but I have to tell you, we are quickly losing daylight. It's not even 3 o'clock yet and it's already starting to get dark. I have a feeling that I'm going to be decorating into like the wee hours. Not really the wee hours, probably like 8 o'clock, but way past when it's getting dark. Oh, somebody just woke up. I'm gonna do what I can on camera, but then I think that y'all are just gonna have to wait until my actual house tour to see the reveal of everything, because I have like rooms to go, like mini rooms that I am not going to get done on film, I think. I had these gold ribbons on these wreaths, and it's funny because I like them when I see the dark brown, but then you don't really see the dark brown when they're on the hutch. Anyway, I was thinking about creating ribbons that are on here that instead of tying up at the very top, which is like tucked behind the hutch, to have the actual ribbon tied right here and then draping down even longer. So it's gonna be a really long ribbon on each side. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Hopefully she's not too sad if I put her down. Are you gonna be sad? Are you gonna be sad? Y'all, is she not the cutest thing ever? You guys, it's her first Christmas. Christmas girl. She looks like the Kirsten American Girl doll in her Christmas outfit. Okay, well that is as good as I'm going to get. For some reason, I need to figure out how to tie a bow that doesn't show half of the bad side because mine looks so sad right now, but you get the point. It's brown, okay? Okay, friends, well, we are losing daylight, so I think I'm gonna have to wrap it up. I'm probably gonna continue to work here for a while and see what I can get done, but y'all are gonna have to wait to see the whole place until we do the home tour. Also, I have some like fun little crafts and stuff that I wanna do. I might ask the girls for some help with that, which, that's a total gamble how that's gonna turn out, we'll see. But I have some like sweet little handmade things that I wanna get done around here just to make our Christmas extra special and just nostalgic and feel very loved and handmade by our family. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap up and yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much for being here. Look at that little baby. So cute.
I put him in there by myself.
Good morning, YouTube family, and welcome back to our kitchen. I just heated up my little coffee. I found this Santa mug at Target. It was in their dollar section. I got it for $3. Listen, it's not a cool... You want to look at it?
It's not an antique.
It's not an antique, it's not a cool stoneware one, but I figured that $3 was not too bad. Rosie's got her little spiced apple cider, and we are excited to do some craft today.
Can I do craft?
Yes. The girls have brought in the cats today because it's super cold outside, and we are gonna have a family day, do some crafts together.
Can I have some apple cider?
Yes.
Maybe learn how to actually hold the cats.
And y'all, it might be chaos, but we're gonna do it together. Let's get started. We're gonna do some dried oranges. The ones that I have are actually at least 3 or 4 years old, and I pull them out every year. They look great. But y'all, this year, I wanna be a little bit extra with oranges, okay? I want it to have big ones, small ones, varying sizes, and I wanna put them in all of the tree and the garlands around here.
They're called cuties.
I might even cut up some like little cuties. I bought some big oranges. I bought big oranges, we've got little oranges. We're gonna start off there, maybe do some dried apples as well. And then as we go on, I'm gonna introduce some other little crafts that we're gonna be doing. So anyway, y'all ready to get started?
Yeah!
All right, let's go. Okay, so while I'm going to be cutting up some orange slices, I also bought some of these little cloves, like whole cloves from Walmart. I asked the girls if they would want to do some clove art on some oranges, and Rosie said yes. You guys can see that I have a couple of these really big ones. I think that I'm gonna use the big ones, maybe 2 of them on our table, and then slice up the other ones. And then we're gonna put those orange slices on this parchment paper and put these in the oven that I already have preheating.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm gonna put these in the oven that I already have preheating at 200 degrees right now.
What is a clove?
It's like a spice, or I think it's like a little part of a plant. They smell good, they smell like Christmas. Okay, so for these, you should just be able to take them and poke them into the orange, just like that. You see?
Okay. Can you put mine in there? You need to learn how to do them yourself. I can't. I'm too little. Hey, there I go. Yeah, see? Mom, there I go.
Good job, baby.
Yeah.
Let me see. Wow, you wanna show the camera? Good job, babe, you did it. And then we should make a simmer pot with the parts of the oranges that we're not gonna use.
Hey, Mom, can I just do 2?
Yeah, you can just do 2 if that's what you wanna do.
I want to do that. Here, Mom.
Thanks, babe.
I just did 2, so it's not hard. Just what
Here, you want this one, baby?
Uh-huh.
You just go like this. You guys are gonna eat all my oranges. We're not gonna have anything left for our craft.
Hey, Mom, can I do some? I don't want that one.
You don't want it anymore? It's looking really cool, Rosie. Ruby, let me see yours.
Can you put mine? I'm trying to make a shoe.
Oh, like a stocking.
Ahead, turns around. He's pressing down. He's done.
You finished it. Good job.
I got one.
Okay, you want to put it on the tray?
This one?
Yeah. This is your finished product.
Yep.
It looks so good. Okay, so we're basically done here. I cut up a couple lemons just for color variation. You guys can see the differences between the oranges and the mandarin oranges. These are a little bit darker. So I was hoping that these would be smaller, but it's funny because they're actually about the same. You want to show us your final orange?
Well, it's not done yet.
Oh, it's not done. Okay, never mind.
So
Almost.
this is the head. This is the spiky hair.
And then this is Rosie's, and I helped Ivy finish hers. So we're just gonna put these in with the rest of these, and we'll decorate the table with these. But listen, we don't have the time to do all these. All of the ugly pieces I just put into this. I'm gonna take all of the cloves, like the extra ones that we didn't use, and just all of this yuckiness. I'm gonna put it all into this pot. We're gonna fill it with water and we're gonna make a simmer pot out of it.
He's sleeping. Who's sleeping?
He's tired, he's been playing so much.
Yeah. Let's put him in Buddy's bed.
Okay, you wanna go put him in Buddy's bed?
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna do the same process of drawing ornaments, but I'm gonna do apples. I'm actually gonna cut them all the way through the core so that we can get that pretty like star shape that's on the inside of the core of the apple. So what's pretty about slicing these this way is that they end up with these pretty little stars in the center. I know that people say that you can spray these with like lemon juice or something to keep them from browning in the oven, but I actually want mine to brown. I am not a huge fan of like the stark white look. Look at that, so cute. Oh my gosh, these cats.
Mama, I did what? I want to do it.
Very funny. Okay friends, and I asked you guys about this apron, and from the consensus, you guys love this thing. So many of y'all suggested that we do like a coffee staining or tea staining method. So I have some bags of tea over here. From what I've heard, you're supposed to boil a bunch of water, put a bunch of tea bags in, and then let the water cool, and then you let the fabric soak in that for a little while. So we're gonna give this a shot. Listen, I don't know what I'm doing. I just threw the whole bag in there. So hopefully 6 will be enough for this, because let's be honest, that is all that I have. So we're gonna go ahead and get this to boiling, let it cool, and then we're gonna try to stain this guy. Okay, and while we're on the topic of staining, I have these beads. I bought these for a Christmas tree a couple years ago from Walmart, I believe. And they're wooden beads. There's literally nothing wrong with these, but I'm not gonna lie, I saw those beads at Hobby Lobby that I showed you guys in my shopping video that I put out recently, and they were a little bit darker, but just a little bit more like raw wood look. So these are very like Scandinavian looking. Honestly, they're really cute. They look good on our tree every year. But this year, one of my goals is to like pull back on contrast. I want all of my tones to just be a little bit more pulled back. You guys will see that I'm going to be decorating with a lot of not necessarily like Christmas colors, but more like Christmas adjacent. So not necessarily like white, green, and red with like silver and gold, but a lot of like browns, mauves, oxbloods, oranges, cinnamons, like all of those kind of tones and colors. And I feel like that just softens the Christmas colors so much more and makes it really look homey and antique and intentional. And so I'm not looking to change these. I'm just looking to change them slightly. You hear Lily over there. I just want to make them a little bit browner and less white, but I'm lazy. So, oh my gosh, now I'm wondering if I could even tea stain wood. I have some of this early American wood stain. There's just a little bit left in here. Honestly, my plan was to stain just like fill a little bit of water, pour some early American stain in, and then just kind of dip them in the stain. That was going to be my lazy girl version of staining all these beads, because I don't want to sit here and stain each one with a little sponge or anything like that. Let's give it a shot. I'm not 100% sure how much to put in here. We'll see. This is truly just a test. I really don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so I want to make sure that there's enough water to cover all of my beads. For now, I'm just gonna put a little bit of this early American into here, and I'm just gonna dump it on in. That's all I have. And I'm just gonna kind of mix it around. So hopefully it'll take on some of this stain. If it's not even, I am not worried about it. But you guys can see it already looks a lot more varied and a lot more interesting, honestly, than it looked before. And honestly, looking at it now, I probably should have put the stain in before I put the beads in, but That's okay. And don't worry, y'all. I'm gonna give this like a really good cleaning after I do this. Okay, so you can see here the before and the after. I'm gonna go ahead and do this to the other beads. Pull these out. I'll probably set these outside to like fully dry, but just for now, we're gonna set them on here. All right, here's our fresh batch of stained wood beads. So these are not dry yet, but I really hope that they look half this good when they dry because they look great right now. So I toss these outside to dry, but you guys can see that there are definitely ones, the earlier ones that I did are stained a little bit more than the last ones. And so far the variance isn't bothering me, but we'll see how they look when they get on the tree. It might bug me then, but for now they look pretty cool. Okay, so while our bead garlands are drying outside and while the tea solution is cooling, I wanted to show you guys some bells that I bought. I got these from, sorry they're loud, we're trying to be quiet because some of the kids are sleeping. I got these from Walmart and you can see that they're pretty good size. They were $9.98, which isn't like super cheap, but it's not bad either. But I got 4 of these sets to go on each one of the 4 posts of our front porch. So they need to be like substantially sized just because our porch is pretty big. So I'm gonna have the garland going across the porch and then the big red bows that we have, and then these are gonna be hanging down off of the bows. Rosie has an old vintage set that I have as well, but I'm not 100% in love with the gold finish on these. It looks like they were just spray painted, honestly. And so I'm going to take some of my antique gold, you know what this is.
Yep.
My rub and buff, and we're gonna go over them just to give them maybe, I don't know if I'm fully gonna cover them in rub and buff, but I just want to give them a little bit more,
make them look better.
Make them look better. Yeah, we're gonna try to see if we can give a little bit more texture to them and maybe like a little bit more variance in the gold that's on them to make them look slightly more realistic or like vintage or something.
I got some of my rub and buff.
And I'm just gonna use like an old rag to see how this goes on. They're definitely loud, maybe not the best for nap time. It looks like it's almost the same color as what's on there currently.
Mm-hmm. That does not smell good. Yes, it just makes that finishing touch go on.
Gosh, I don't know. Rosie's saying that it looks better, but I'm over here like wondering, does it look better? I feel like it looks almost the same. Oh, what do you want to answer the door? Package.
Do you want to open it?
Sure.
Or should I open it?
I know part of me is wondering if I should open it in front of you because I don't want it to be a Christmas gift.
I don't care. If you like see it next to.
You see that huge difference? No, y'all can see there's just like a slight variation. Part of me is wondering if I want to waste my time by doing this. Let me try this on these bells. Just here, you work on those. I'll do this one. Okay, so let's try this on these instead.
Yeah, you can see some of these have like dots.
Yeah, so these like already have some patina on them because they are vintage, but they're not like real brass or anything. So I don't feel too heartbroken putting some of this on here. I think it just makes them look a little bit nicer, a little bit more antique and less just like cheapo vintage bells from, I don't even know what, probably the 70s or the 80s. You see that difference?
Y'all see that difference?
Okay, here's a better look at before and after. Not too bad. And then here is the before and the after of the matte ones. Okay, we're starting to lose a little bit of light, but here are these bells after. I think they look so much better. I feel like from this angle, you can see it a lot better. The tops have been rub and buffed. You can see that they're a little bit shinier and just have a little bit more to them, and the bottoms have not been done yet. Okay, well, our tea is cooled, basically. I mean, I wouldn't say, oh my gosh, I have rub and buff all over my finger. But I think it's good enough to go ahead and put the shirt down into. I don't know if I need to take the tea bags out or if I should just leave them in. I think I'm just gonna leave them in. Ooh, do you see that? Already looking better. Okay, let's dip this bad boy in. This is not something that I have ever done before, so hopefully it goes well. I may need a little bit more water now that I'm looking at it. It should be completely submerged, right? You can see that one of the tea bags must have broken open. All right, well, these are officially all done. I actually love the little bit of like patina and interest the Rub and Buff gives these, even though I'm sure you won't be able to tell any difference from the street. I will know in my heart. And then I thought that these turned out really cute too. I'm debating on whether I should keep these as like a door swag bell ringer thing, or if I should turn each one of these individually into an ornament for our tree. Not sure, but let's check on our little tea-stained apron over here and see how it's doing. Okay, it looks like it's taken on some color. I may wind up leaving it in for a little bit longer. Okay, so it is the next day and y'all, our house is still a mess. I've been trying to like give you guys nice, pretty videos. I've been trying, I haven't actually been giving you nice, pretty videos, but you know, honestly, we are in this season of life right now. Laundry baskets, unmade bed, all of our oranges and our apples are all dried now, and I told the girls that we could put them up and actually do the Christmas tree. So let me share, I don't know if you guys can really see it in here. Okay, you can. I put C9 bulbs in our tree, and you can't really tell right now, but at night they sparkle so beautifully. Like, this is a game changer. I'm really happy that I did that. I have 2 sets of 25, I think, in here. I do it on our garland in the front of our house too, but it just makes it look so much better. Okay, so an update. I did pour some more coffee into this. I tried pulling it out and rinsing it, but it still was not the color that I wanted. And I'm actually considering just taking it out of this coffee, wringing it out and putting it directly into the dryer to see if I can set this darker color in, because every time I rinse it out, it rinses out all of the stain. And then here's how these guys are looking right here. You guys can see that there's lots of different variations of color and size, and that is exactly what I wanted. These turned out a little bit kind of wavy, but I don't know, I thought that they were still interesting and we'll still use them.
There's gonna be this side, and if you flip it over, you're gonna draw a design, and then you can cut it out. Well, you're not gonna cut it out then. You're gonna cut it out later. But you put glue on the back of it, and you like, it turns into a snowflake.
Okay, so we're gonna measure out 8 paper bags each. So you guys each wanna grab 8 paper bags?
I have one.
You have 8? Let's lay them down flat.
Here, Mom, I can do it.
Oh, thank you, baby. Okay, on each bag, we're just gonna do a T. We're gonna do one down the middle, and then one right here. And we're gonna do this on all 8 bags. And Ivy, while they're doing that, I want you to work on what kind of designs you wanna draw on here, okay? Ruby, do you wanna do that too while you're waiting?
Sure.
You got your designs? Ooh, looking good.
Can I see?
Yeah.
Oh, see. That's so beautiful.
Rosie, I think I'm gonna take these to school and do them with your class.
Mama, now do I stack these on? Yep.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna take the girls' designs and I'm gonna try to cut them out to my best ability.
Jeez. It is actually thick.
I know, that's why I was like, I don't want to do 12. Well, but Ruby's, I guess, is gonna be 11.
Sorry, Mom.
Okay. Ooh, Rosie, these are hearts, but do you remember how to do the hearts? I'll do them like the hearts that I know how to do. So we're gonna make a heart by doing just like a half heart, like that. 1, 2, 3, open them up. You need help?
Ooh.
You've gotta be gentle.
I'm trying to be gentle. Mom, they won't
What?
open.
Look, that's so cool.
Mama, we forgot to do one on the top so it sticks.
Yeah, so that's our last thing that we gotta do is just glue it to the top. Okay, here's Rosie's. Ruby, you want to show yours? Oh my God. Do you see all your hearts? Oh, can you see all the hearts in yours?
Diamonds. There's
So
lots of diamonds.
cute.
Got the owl, now the cute stuff over here. I'm gonna put the special one up here. What is it called? Yellow?
Cherries.
The cherries.
Oh, yeah.
That's I found it. These guys are so cute. It's almost all white under a roof.
Is it?
Yeah, come on. No, do can I hold it and show them the roof? It's almost always. But this is our house. So, and this is you see the.
Well, hello and welcome to this year's home tour. Last year, as I was doing my Christmas decorating, first of all, I was so sick because I was pregnant. But I remember watching Little Women with our girls for the very first time last year and realizing how similar my own style is to the set designs for the Little Women movies that they made. I decided this year to just take some inspiration from Little Women, which this movie is dear to my heart for multiple reasons, but one of them is the fact that we have 4 little women of our own. So they're gonna be getting home literally any minute now, and I'm gonna bring them along with us. Y'all are gonna be able to see a full-on like what it looks like in our household with 4 girls, and we're all going to give you a Christmas house tour of our special home.
Hey, baby. Hey, Rosie.
Yeah.
Do you remember your Little Women names?
Yeah.
What are your Little Women names?
Wait, I'll say my name.
Okay.
My name is Meg. My name is Joe. Ivy's name is Beth. And Lily's name is Amy.
Amy. We just watched it a couple nights ago. Do you guys want to help me with my home tour this year?
Who's coming over?
These are our YouTube friends. Do you want to help bring them through our house on the camera? We are officially all here. Josh is behind the camera. You say hi, babe. And we're gonna give you guys a little tour of our Christmas kitchen. First off, I got my little apron all tea stained. It's not as dark as I wanted it to be.
Hi.
But I still thought it was cute. Coming over here, we have these new little towels that I got off of Amazon. And then I hung up these, I think they were Johnson Brothers plates. I decided to keep the flowers up here just because, like I was mentioning earlier, I was kind of thinking about Little Women, and in a lot of scenes that they have there, they've got hanging dried flowers from the ceiling. So I figured I would keep that in for my Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ruby, you want to tell them about the table? It has your favorite thing on it.
It has apples.
Last year I did use this wreath on our pantry. but I decided to put it underneath here this year. And then I am just burning this Antique Candle Co. Tree Farm. This is their most popular candle. So we've got this one and another one going in the other room. I wasn't sure about these plates just because they do look a little bit pink, but I love it in this whole vignette right here. And yes, you can have an apple.
Mom, what did you say? You don't do vignettes.
Why did I say that?
Because my room was a mess.
I asked Rosie to clean up her room because she loves little vignettes. She is a decorator herself, but she tends to create mini vignettes in her room. And
So do you.
I know, but it's a little bit cluttery sometimes.
Yeah, it's because you got a whole house to do it in.
That's true. Over here, I kept it really simple. I actually got these beeswax candles from Sarah from She Holds Dearly. They kind of, you can see that they're dripping quite a bit, but I thought that they were kind of pretty. And then I just brought in this cedar, these like little cedar picks from Hobby Lobby, and that's all I have. I also have lots of twinkle lights all over the house, but I decided to keep them off for this home tour. Again, kind of keeping with the Little Women theme, there wouldn't be like Christmas lights and whatnot in the 1860s. Yeah.
Can I sit on the counter and the house the baby sister Santa cup?
What's the baby sister cup?
Santa Claus.
Oh, you want the Santa cup?
Yeah, I want the baby sister.
This is the baby sister Santa cup. We've got a dad, a
Can I
mom, a
have
big
some
sister, and a baby sister.
Mom, here's the mom. Here's the big sister. And Mom's got the little sister. This is that.
Dad is in the garage with the kittens.
Is that the mommy?
That's the big sister.
Where's the mommy?
Rosie, you want the mommy?
Good averages.
Cute. Okay, over here, obviously, I've got our Santa mugs and whatnot. I, again, just brought in these cedar picks, and then I've got our Better Homes and Gardens.
Can I put in the girl?
Yeah, you like her? I had Josh buy some oranges and some pears and whatnot for over here. We've got a simmer pot going.
This is really good.
Over here, we're reusing a lot of the same stuff that we had last year. I have this little brass horn that I found at the thrift store. Literally everything over here is thrifted except for this little tree that I told you guys about. Will you show Daddy the little tree over there that's on the sled?
It's like a green tree.
I decided to put it on a little sled, make it super Christmassy.
Abby, what's it like? It's like a little tree.
Our big difference this year from last year is all of these garlands that we bought. Can I please hold you? Rosie, would you hold Lily so I can hold behind me? I put in these little berry picks. These are kind of like a burgundy color. And then I added in all of the dried apples and oranges that we made this year. I mixed in the new ones that are a little bit more orange with our ones that we made probably 4 years ago. Behind all of these earlier, but I wanted to take it out, and the elf on the shelf was over here too, wasn't he? I wound up having to take it off to put it on our front porch, but I just decided to keep it really simple with just some like muted tone red books. And a little longa burger.
A longa burger.
With one of those trees in it. And then this is a candle. I got a couple of
burger. I smell the candle.
Smell it?
Yeah. Can I smell it?
If I deceived any of you into thinking that this house was not
I
madness all the time, you would be wrong. Can you guys show Daddy the oranges? They're getting a little rotten. It's been about a week since we did these.
So this is my head. This is the spiky hair.
Do you remember what those are called?
Like squeakaberries.
Squeakaberries. Cloves. So apparently when you stick the cloves in, it makes them go bad a little bit earlier, but you know, luckily we only did 3. Okay, so we got the garland put up. This I got a couple years ago at Hobby Lobby. I did like that it kind of showed some of the stems along with it. And then these are those new bells that I picked up.
They're so cute.
And I also put this new brown ribbon that I purchased on here. And I think I'm liking how much more neutral it is this year. Last year I did all of those red bows up there. And this just feels a lot more like what I'm going for this year. Over here, we kept it really simple. Again, just brought in one of these little Hobby Lobby trays. And this is one of those new pillows that I picked up from that Killam Pillow Etsy shop. And then we've got the tree. In the next video, I will light it all up for you. The star is super crooked because I can't seem to get it on straight. I thought that it made a little bit more sense to have like the sled and the mitten and the skates over here by the front door. All right, Rosie, where are you guys heading out right now?
We're going to gymnastics.
Josh is gonna take the girls to gymnastics, and Lily and I are gonna finish out the video by ourselves.
Oh, lovely.
Okay, you wanna move on to this room?
Yeah, my room.
You wanna show your room? Okay, show me your room. Oh, is this your Christmas room?
Yeah.
Did Ruby did these for you, didn't she? This is her Christmas contribution.
Yeah.
In here, I just added a little bit of red. I brought in this little Christmassy quilt that we have. I got this from the Goodwill a few years back. Oh, looks like she added some babies to it, but just a little postcard. And then over here, I brought in the lantern, with a little baby doll, and then this cute little brass rocking horse that I found this year. You want to head out to my room?
Yeah.
Well, I just want to show this room really quick first. We have my little kind of primitive style candle Christmas thing. And then bringing over here, I have another one of these little trees that I loved so much. And then the girls and I worked on Christmas stars. Hello.
I did that so you could see.
Thanks, babe. And what's this down here?
A tree.
A cute little tree. We got our fireplace. I added in some of these berries and
Can I smell the berries?
the oranges. Yeah, you can smell the berries. They don't really smell like anything. I guess this is just sometimes how it goes when you're recording with kiddos. Whew. And as for our room, it looks very similar to last time you guys saw it, but I did wind up getting these oranges put up on our garland, and oh my goodness, I just think that they look so beautiful. Y'all, I cannot wait to climb into this bed tonight. I've been cleaning this house like crazy. Over here, we have our little smoker guy. I should have put the incense in before I did this video, but I just didn't. And don't these look so cute? I have them set to go from 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock every night. Okay, and up here are the girls' rooms. You guys know that I honestly don't do a whole lot in their rooms just because I don't want it to interfere too much. I bring in the garland every year and I put it over their beds, and then I just bring in this big red and white Christmas pillow. I need to turn them on, but I bought these candles last year and I put them in every one of our windows, and I just think that they are so cute. The girls also love their little spinners. Thought I'd get a shot of those. And coming into Ruby's room, I just put this Christmas quilt on hers. Same thing with the teddy bear and the big striped pillow. And then I realized that I did not set the timer for her lights on her bed. So I'll have to fix that before I do the twinkly tour. And then you guys can see that I did get this like little gingham white and green cushion, and I actually put these on both of the girls' chairs in their rooms. All right, and then we are going to head up into our playroom. You guys, I would love for this room to ultimately look like the big playroom in Little Women as well someday. Up here, I just brought in these little kind of evergreen trees. I have this red and white striped comforters, and then a little red and white striped pillow with a green. And then I brought in all of these faux poinsettias. We keep the girls' Christmas tree up here as well. This is kind of like their fun one that they put all of their own ornaments on. It's pretty cute. I brought in some like little Christmas bells to put on the end of the beds. And then over in this part of the playroom, for this bed, I just brought in a garland of pine needles. You know what? That's all I had for this. And then we're gonna head over to the back room. All right, people, I just kind of put a lot of our like red and green ornaments over here. This room does not get used a ton in the wintertime just because it's so poorly insulated. So I just put like a little, you know, bow on a wreath. You guys, I can see my breath right now. And I brought in a little gingham red blanket for in here. Actually, I think it might be a tablecloth. And then I just brought in these like red and white pillows for the couch. So, you know, that's about as Christmassy as it gets in here. Oh, and I almost forgot. I brought in this garland that we had on our mantle last year, and I just set it on this massive TV that Josh insists on having. Well, thank you so much for joining me on today's real life Little Women style home tour. Listen, it's not all movies and beautiful. It's a lot of interruptions, a lot of craziness, some crying, you know. Don't we all cry sometimes? Anyway, everybody, well, thank you so much. If you are looking for a peaceful, inspirational home tour, I am going to make that as well for you. I'm gonna make like a candlelight, music-only home tour. Y'all, it's gonna be so much more peaceful than this, I promise. But I know that so many of you guys like seeing the ins and outs of our real life, and y'all, this is it. So thank you so much, and Merry Christmas. We will see you next time.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne?
Hello everybody and welcome back to our home. Y'all, it's Christmas. It's stopped now, but it was snowing outside all morning. Everything is white and beautiful. Okay, y'all, well, we have so much to be thankful for today, more than on a typical day. This week has just been a wild one, to put it lightly. Y'all might be able to hear in my voice that I am getting over a cold, but that has been like the least of our issues. I told you that as soon as I was going to get our whole house ready for Christmas, boom, I was gonna shoot the home tour. But then I have been committed to inviting everybody and their mom over to our house for Christmas time. There is nothing so valuable in our life as community. Just this past week, we have hosted a young adults Christmas party at our house for our church. We hosted small group. Last night we had our neighbors over for dinner. This week we're gonna have a big play date for the girls with a bunch of their friends coming over. We're gonna have a big family night on Friday night. We're gonna host another Christmas party closer to Christmas here, and then after we're gonna have a bunch of family come stay with us for a while from out of town. I'm in full hospitality mode. I am partying it up over here. But on the topic of community, I wanna say that also this week has been incredibly emotionally charged. Many of you might have seen on my social media that we actually had a young girl go missing from our church this past week. To keep the focus on the moral of this story, she was found literally last night. It was getting dangerously close to the 48-hour mark where they say that the likelihood of not finding them goes way up. Also, as I said with the snow, the temperatures are getting dangerously low. Josh was out all day yesterday going from sketchy hotel to sketchy hotel, places that are known for human trafficking. Everything that was supposed to be happening came to a screeching halt, and the entire community came together so beautifully to find this young girl. And then last night during a prayer meeting Zoom call, I noticed that her mom dropped out of the call, and come to find out that there was a young person from our church that was canvassing downtown searching for her. They found her and she was returned home safely. So I'm thankful that I'm able to like share this story now, but I'm not gonna lie, I've been like a blubbering mess for about 48 hours. We have been just holding our kiddos close. This also just brings light to the reason why we are so joyful in this season, that we serve a Father who, like a shepherd who leaves the 99 to search for the one, would help lead our church community to find this lost daughter. And he's so good. He's so good, and that's why we're so joyful in this season, because we serve a God who is also our Savior. Anyway. Okay, family. Well, we've got a lot of fun stuff to do today. This is going to be my last video before I go on my break. I want to make some salt dough ornaments for our tree just to remember how little her hand is in this season. I also got some really beautiful, like, blocks. I don't know what you call them. But for now, Mama's got some Christmas wrapping to do. And I thought I might show you guys a few of the things that I'm going to get the girls for Christmas. So let's go ahead and get to that. Okay, so I am on the floor in our living room and it is time to wrap some gifts. So I thought I would show these to you before I start wrapping them up. This is not all that we've gotten our kids, but honestly, we just don't get our kids a whole lot of gifts. I usually give their fun gifts to the grandparents so that they can really like surprise them. And then we kind of more take care of like necessities. Okay, the first gift I want to show you is actually, I got the same gift for all three girls. They were all asking for flares this year. And y'all know that I am kind of a Levi's purist. Not all the time, but I would say that probably 75% of my jeans are Levi's. These were on Amazon for 25 bucks, which it looks like MSRP is $42 a piece, but $42 for little kids flares, that's crazy. I don't typically spend more than $5 on a pair of pants, so it wasn't 25, it was less, it was probably 21, I think. I don't usually spend that much on jeans, but because this was a very specific request of theirs and everything that I saw on Amazon was just like such junky quality, and I knew that these would be good quality. I knew that they would wear them almost every day, get them through the entire season. Plus, the thing that I love about having girls is that this pair of jeans will be worn for all four of them. I'm probably actually going to give those to them maybe even this week. We are a Christmas gifts throughout the entire month of December family, and I do this for a couple different reasons. Honestly, with those, it's because they need them. A lot of the jeans that they've grown out of, or the knees have all kinds of holes in them, and I want them to be able to wear them for as much of the winter as they can. But also, I know that I've talked about this before, but I can't stand when kids just receive a ton of gifts on one day, and it makes it so that they don't appreciate the gifts like you hope that they would. And so we like to just give them like maybe one gift every few days or something, you know, just to make it like a big, like special thing. And then they can play with it for a few days and have that really be a special piece for them before they move on to the next one. So Rosie has been asking for a, what do you call these? Instax, like a Polaroid camera. And I found this one on Marketplace. I think that these are typically like around $60 or $70 a piece. And I found this one that, I mean, it doesn't look, why can I not get it out of the bag? There we go. It's just a little blue guy. So I thought that that was really cute. The fact that it comes with this little purse holder thing, and it came with some film too with the camera. Anyway, so Rosie is going to be getting this. I told Josh that I got this. He must have forgotten because he actually got 2 more of these that he found on Marketplace for, I think it was 2 for $30. So we're actually thinking about giving this one to Rosie and then giving the other 2 as gifts for her like friends or something like that. But anyway, we just thought it was gonna be really cute. Ruby has some gifts coming, but they're not here yet. So I thought I would show you guys these little Elsa dresses. I got these for Ruby, and listen, I'm not necessarily a huge like princess dress girl. I do like that these are jammies, so they're made out of like real polyester. I'm just joking, because some of these dresses are so crunchy and uncomfortable that I don't even know why parents buy them. But these are soft if you're into this thing. I can't stand how these feel, but they don't bother the girls. And then I bought her another one. I got her this one as well. So I think I got this one off of Amazon, and the other one was from Walmart. But listen, if you guys have been watching my channel for any period of time, you know that Ivy wears the same Elsa dress every single day. The one that she has right now is completely torn apart. It was time for her to get some new special Elsa dresses to replace that old ratty one. And honestly, that's it right now. I bought Josh some stuff, but I know that he watches these videos, so I'm not gonna tell him what I'm wrapping for him today. What's this called? I got this like butcher block paper, I can't remember. Just from Walmart. It was really cheap. Like, I think it was like $2.50 for this whole roll. And then I'm still working my way through this enormous roll of holly wrapping paper that I got from the thrift store a few years ago. I'm gonna use these for Josh's larger gifts. And then my very favorite one, I think I got this from TJ Maxx a couple years ago, and it is this pretty little ticking stripe wrapping paper. So we're gonna use these. Well, my friends, let me just say that after the events of this week, after all of the scare of what happened within our community, and with all of the friends and family that has come over to our home, I can just tell you that I feel like we are in a season of abundance, if I can be honest. I see the way that you guys show up for our family each and every week, and I just cannot believe it, truly. Y'all might think that this is my job or that like I'm used to this, but I am floored each week that you guys even come and watch my channel. It is truly so touching. So I just want to say a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart. Also, I want to explain quickly why I take my break each year. So as much as I love YouTube, truly this is like my favorite thing. I have so much fun making videos for you guys each week. It is a blast. I love the creative process of editing videos. I have been told by my other creator friends that I need desperately to hire a video editor. Maybe I should just ask you guys if anybody out there is good at this. It takes a lot of time, and each year I take a break. It started out as a lack of trust in the Lord that He would provide for us financially. It's been my biggest area of sin for a long time. Lack of trust financially, for sure. So I felt challenged in 2021, 22, I can't remember, to take off the entire month of January. The way that I viewed it was almost like a tithe to the Lord, like my first fruits, you know, just giving it all to the Lord instead of using it to further our financial stability or something like that. This was when I had just first started my YouTube channel. I had only been in it for a year, and I was exhausted, so burnt out. And so I did it. I took the entire month. I didn't worry about making any money. And let me tell you, people, I am a great mom when I am on these breaks. I am not worried about content creation. I'm not worried about all the email communication and back and forth that goes with that. I am able to focus on meal prepping and making healthy foods. I don't feel like we're running all over the place. We try to be really intentional about like not overloading ourselves with stuff to do. I feel like I'm a better wife. It's hard to describe. A lot of times when I'm working at home, I am working like at my highest capacity. Like my brain is going through so much work. I have so many interruptions that often by the time that Josh gets home from work, I am like exasperated. I don't feel like I am able to give him a listening ear the way that I should, you know, and oftentimes he winds up cooking dinner for us because I'm, you know, still filming or still trying to get editing done. Honestly, it just frees me up to be like the best wife that I can be. And so I like to take this time just to kind of reset. Usually we do a fast with our church during this time as well. And I really feel like the Lord reveals so much to me during this time every single season. Oftentimes He's revealing to me how much more sinful I am than I realize, but it's great. It often leads to a lot of like just me checking my heart and choosing to make changes from here on out. Anyway, I'm gonna be going into this season. I usually take a break from social media for at least 3 weeks as well during this time. And I don't wanna hear from many of y'all. I'm gonna be focusing on my family at home and not my family online. And I know that you guys will totally understand that and that you don't take any offense whatsoever. So thank you so much for being so gracious and understanding, allowing me to do this each year. This is a big risk for me in the algorithm. A lot of times YouTube kind of like, you know, throws you in the garbage if you don't post weekly. So I thank you guys so much for being so faithful to me and my channel. Like, y'all are committed, and that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I feel like you guys come back every single week, and I appreciate that so much. That blesses our family so much, and I just want to say thank you. Do you want to say thank you? Say thanks for letting me have my mama for the whole month. Okay, well, it is the next day and these girls are home from school. You guys want to show your present that you got to open up early? Okay, we're suckers. We gave them their little flares early. Do you guys like them?
We love them.
What was that look? I'm offended.
Wow.
I can't. Listen, I slaved over that gift. I wrapped it for 1,000,000 years yesterday.
Guess what, Mom?
What?
If I didn't have these pants, I wouldn't have clothes.
All right, you guys want to share what we're going to work on today?
Salt ornaments.
Salsa ornaments. Hello. Okay, so I found a super easy recipe online, and basically it says to just preheat your oven to 200 degrees, which is like the lowest setting. And then I think it's just salt, flour, and water that you mix together in a bowl. And then you press your stuff into it and you bake it. So I'm thinking that I want to make a few white ones and a few brown ones. I saw that there's some options where you can use cinnamon to, doesn't that look good? To make it like a brown color, and I like the brown color better, but it's calling for like a cup of cinnamon and I only have this much altogether. So we'll see. Maybe we can make some of them white, some of them kind of brown, some of them more brown. I don't know. You know how we are. We just kind of wing it in this family. So Rosie, you want to help get the ingredients mixed together? All right, sounds good. Rosie was just like, Mom, can I use the puke bowl? We have special bowls for when kids are sick and they need to puke, and that's it.
Oh, kid,
I remember when you threw up in your bed. Which time? The joys of motherhood.
Guess what? I've never puked in my bed before. Rosie, I was 2 or 3.
She was just a baby. In a large bowl, whisk to combine flour and salt.
Oh, Mama, can I do the flour? Can I do the salt?
Maybe it'll be easier to do 2 1/2 cups. And dump it in. Good job. Yeah, we gotta do some flour, okay?
Can I be the mixer? And then I do the cinnamon too.
Yeah, you hold that over and I'll get you 2 cups of flour.
Can I mix my part?
Okay. All right, there's 1. Wait, you know what? I'm just gonna dump all of it in there. We're gonna call it good. So let's mix it up, and then maybe we can split it in 2 and we can have 1 that's white and 1 that's brown. Does that sound good?
I want mine to be white.
Okay. Okay, we split these in half so that we can have a white one and a brown one. Ruby, do you want to dump the cinnamon into one of them? And I'll get you your own spoon, okay? There you go. Just dump it on in.
All of it?
I don't know. What do you think?
Now can I do I put the rest in?
Sure.
I have this much left. Okay, then just dump it in.
Ooh, that smells so good. Oh, hello. Oh my gosh. All right, well, there's that. We are gonna put a half a cup of water into each of these. Put the water in on this one, and then I'll mix up the other one.
Hey!
And I'll do this one. Did I get water already?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'll make it both. I did it for you.
Thanks, babe. Nice. You guys are doing a good job. Okay, so I ordered these off of Amazon, but I thought that they were so pretty. This one is a rose. It reminds me of that Christmas song, Lo, How a Rose Ere Blooming. I think that's what it's called. That song always reminds me of Rosie. I remember I went to a Christmas orchestra and I remember literally listening to that song when I was pregnant with Rosie, and Rosie was kicking me the whole song, and I thought it was so sweet that it was a song about a rose and my Rosie girl was kicking me in my belly. And then we have a pine cone. So from what I can see, I think we're supposed to dust these with flour first, and then we press the brown dough into these. You're silly.
Can we actually try it? Because it doesn't have eggs in it.
If you want to, it's gonna taste like salt. I mean, technically you can eat it, but I wouldn't.
I didn't try it.
Okay, that's because you're my perfect angel.
Why doesn't it taste any like cinnamon?
Because it's mostly salt.
But we put all the cinnamon in there. Wait, will this one taste more like salt or less like salt?
It will both taste tremendously like salt.
Blech.
Should we start with the
I think
pine
we
cone?
should start with the rose.
You want to start with the rose? I should put my new little
Apron on.
apron on. That's right.
Bye.
Don't you dare. Put a blob right here, okay?
Blob.
Grab a chunk off. Grab a chunk off, just a little chunk, that's right, like that. And then put the rest back in the bowl and then roll it into a circle. We're gonna put a little bit of flour on top of it, okay, like this. Roll it down. Okay, good job.
Now can I do mine?
So Rosie's gonna put a little bit of powder on here. All right, I'm gonna knock this back into here. Take this and press it down onto there.
This
Yep,
and
good job. Ooh. And then we'll go like this around it. All right, you peeled it all away? All right, Ruby, you wanna lift it up?
well,
Wow, baby, that looks so good.
lift it up. Mom, it's not working. I can do
Because you
mine.
didn't put any flour on it. Remember, you're supposed to put flour on it before you put the
Wait,
roller
will
on it.
mine work?
Yeah.
Look at it, it's beautiful.
So cute. You want to peel off the outside? Be super gentle, okay? So we're deciding to just do kind of like the mitten shape for the girls' hands, especially Rosie's and Ruby's, because they're going to be much bigger than the little girls. Beautiful. Good job, baby.
Thank you.
Here, why don't you come sit right here? You can watch me, and then I'll get it all ready for you, okay?
Ivy, how do you like all my cookies? You want to try one? No, thank you.
Let's get some salt dough rolled out for you, okay?
Okay. What is this?
That's salt. We have to put salt in it. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little bit of this on it. I'm gonna roll it out. Okay, ready? And then we're gonna smash it in really good. Woohoo! Good job! So we're gonna cut it out.
Mom, thank you.
There you go, baby.
Can I put it on my hands?
Well, we gotta put it on the thing so that it can dry.
And then put on my hand.
Yeah.
Two.
Okay, let's get your hand. Good job!
Good job, Lily.
Oh no, she grabbed it. Oh, we gotta do it again. Baby girl grabbed it pretty good.
She grabbed it.
She grabbed it, that's right. That was a little stinker.
Yeah. Lily. Stop grabbing them. We could do it again.
We're gonna do it again. Okay, let's try this again.
Mom, don't let her rot it.
There we go. Much better. Good job, baby.
Good job. High five.
High five.
Good job with Lily.
Yeah, this one's Lily's.
Oh.
Cute. All right, Christmas girl.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year. Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year.
All right, here is our finished products. Looking pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and set these in the oven. And I can't remember it. You're supposed to put them in here for at least a couple hours to get them nice and dried out. Listen, this isn't a DIY. All right, everybody. Well, that wraps up our video for today. And I just want to say a huge Merry Christmas to all of you. We are rejoicing as we celebrate our Savior being born. If you are rejoicing too, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Thank you guys so much for being here for such an amazing year. I feel like personally, I have grown so much this year, and I feel like a lot of that is because of the amazing comments that you guys leave. I feel like I've got 1,000 moms and grandmas out there, and I just love you guys' support. This place has been such a blessing in our life this year. And we'll see you in 2025. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Merry Christmas.
And have a Happy New Year.
And have a Happy New Year.
I can't see. Merry Christmas. Bye.
Yeah, baby.
Mama,
Okay, shut it on down. I'll come in a bit, okay? Hello everybody and welcome back to our Christmas tour. I'm gonna keep this intro super brief because this is going to be a super special candlelit tour of our house. I'm gonna have all the twinkle lights on. They are set to timers and they're about to go off. Then I'm gonna take you on a sweet and peaceful tour of our home.
Bye.